Okay, welcome. Today, we're going to review new products for their energy ecosystem, talk about some of the exciting new innovations that's getting the industry really interested in energy and what we're building. Once again, we're leading in the projects that we're bringing forward, and we're excited to see what the possibilities are coming forward here the next month. We're targeted definitely to be rolling out here in October. Generally, development is done in what's called sprints. So we've got some pretty aggressive timelines that we're trying to meet that pushes the various tech teams to the limit to try to deliver error-free. And so that's the process that we're engaged in right now, and we are looking forward to delivering the first week of October. That's a tentative date. We would like to get done by that date. This week's an important week as we put the different pieces that have been developed by the different development teams together and test it. So depending on how testing goes, will determine the actual delivery. But in theory, if it goes off the way we've planned, we should see a pretty quick rollout of these new exciting services that are going to set us up for some great success, I believe, in the coming several weeks. And also rolling into next year as people start to look and make plans on the types of opportunities they're going to be participating in with their financial resources into 2022. So first of all, there's three important parts to our system. Obviously, the iNFT royalty smart contracts that you guys are familiar with is a huge development. I'm going to explain to you some of the advancements and improvements that we have that are going to be part of that. The next part is we wanted to make using and purchasing cryptocurrency easier. And we'll talk about NFT bucks, visual money, NFT money, super exciting product that's going to make it easy for people to transact in cryptocurrency as never before. It's going to make it easy for them to purchase royalty NFTs from our product line and our services. And it's going to be allow people to make any type of e-commerce purchases in a way that they're familiar, which is to take money and bills out of your pocket and use them. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the presentation now. As you can see, this is the traditional way people today are transacting in cryptocurrency. Though it may be familiar to many of the people on this call, it is pretty foreign to most people. 0.0822 BNB. So the energy ecosystem payment token isn't a digit. Instead, it combines art and currency the same way fiat currency does. Okay, it creates a stable currency for the energy DeFi system. And NFT bucks make cryptocurrency easy because it now transacts like dollars that people are used to. So it's going to be a better way to pay. It's going to have a collectible value. It's also going to be completely unique in both the front end and the back end design, providing counterfeit proof, high security transactions, and done in a way where the individual contracts are completely decentralized. So here's some of the initial, and of course, Chris has much better designs. This is actually, some of the stuff I'm going to show you is probably a week old, and these designs and have been substantially improved since then. But you can take a look. There's two types of classes of NFT bucks. The first is collectible class, and the second is standard class. So collectible class, the only difference, limited quantity. So people, initially we're going to mint, our community is going to mint the first NFT bucks. We've picked some really interesting. We've picked sports. We've got J.K. Rowling on the $1 bill. We've got Stan Lee from Marvel Comics. Jimi Hendrix. So these are the initial bills. So they're in denominations that we're familiar with. And the cool part about these bills, and I can kind of blow them up, each of them has the NRGY seal on it, the logo. They're designed specifically for, and so this is going to be the new way for people to pay in cryptocurrency. It's going to change the whole, it's going to make it more understandable, comfortable. Because, comfort with money is a really important thing. I mean, all of us know the comfort we feel like if we have some dollars in our pocket. It's harder for people to get the same feeling of security and comfort with cryptocurrency, but with NFT bucks, combining art as fiat money does with technology and doing it in a way to make it fun, collectible, and interesting. Let's just say this has taken the crypto industry and will by storm. It's really, really going to be tremendous. And of course, all these NFT bucks are used, the NRGYGO cryptocurrency, in order to create them. So every time one of these things is minted, it ties up a supply and uses the NRGYGO cryptocurrency along with a stabilized deposit of US dollar coin to mint the $1, the $10, $20, or even the $1,000 amount. So then the other part of it is people can take these NFTs once they're minted, and when they're redeemed, keep in mind the NFT is burnt. And so it becomes more and more rare over time as people pull out the underlying US dollar or cryptocurrency value, right, to cash it in. So over time, the supply of each of these mints becomes less, and they become more and more valuable for collectibles. And I can tell you, I'm going to make sure that the first editions, the first ones for the NRGY DeFi financial system, I'm definitely going to be collecting some because I know I believe they're going to have great value in the future, as it's historic. And in fact, this is the first time in the cryptocurrency industry this type of advance has been made. And so and now keep in mind, each of these have a stabilized contract value designed to provide price stability and liquidity. They're backed by liquid cryptocurrency assets. The total supply, the amount of assets backing up the total supply, will be real-time publicly visible on a dashboard, so people can see the entire system at all times. And it's going to be a transparent and obviously global financial system. But more than just creating a new type of cryptocurrency, a new way to use cryptocurrency, what we're doing is also providing a new way to transact. And that new way to transact involves integrating different forms of shopping carts. Now, this is one approach. We actually went with one that you can actually see your bills rather than having something that looks like your bills. But imagine a shopping cart. You go through your different bucks, you select them, it adds them up, and you go through a checkout process that could work with Shopify. It can work with any e-commerce platform. And more importantly, it can work with our NFT platform to start. So that's pretty amazing. And when we talk about the collectible value, this is the new design for STARSTAKE. And what we'll do is the STARSTAKE is, you can see we've got just thanks to Chris and just an incredible team of designers. They're coming out with just cutting edge design that's, goes a long way to build confidence and just be really, really cool and really, really interesting. And so people can actually get these bucks, they can collect them. And then the other cool part about NFT bucks is as the value of the NRGYGO cryptocurrency increases and as more and more people mint NFT bucks, we're going to have a hot swapping algorithm in there just as bonus, where your ones, your 10s, and your 20s of your standard bucks that are not collectible will be automatically swapped for $100 bills, right? And so there'll be a exciting bonus feature built into this that is going to create a lot of buzz and a lot of interest. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to, before I get into the next part of the presentation, I'm going to kind of open this up. I want to basically hear from you guys and see what you have to say, what your thoughts are on NFT bucks, first of all. Then I'm also going to explain to you how this interacts with the NRGY token, okay? And how NRGYGO, NFT bucks, and NRGY, the tokenomics of how it all works together, so you guys got a clear idea how this works and how it creates tremendous value for our tokens in the NRGY group. Okay, let's see. Anybody have anything? If you want, just go in the chat, type in a question, and I'm going to try to answer any questions that you guys have. Or have I done a great job already and explained this well? Hopefully. Yes. Okay, Lynn. Yeah, anyone can create. We're gonna now on the first, when we launch here in October, it will just be available in STARSTAKE. However, we are going to create an NFT bucks site where people can actually mint, organizations and people can mint their own NFT bucks. That's definitely what we're going to do. Lots of people are going to be excited to do that. It's great for branding, great for advertising, great for gifts. I can see nonprofit organizations. I can see tons of organizations minting these bucks and distributing them as part of their ecosystem. Any other questions about NFT bucks before we go on? Okay, I don't see anything else, so let's continue.
Alan, actually, Chris is asking if these NFT bucks are collectible, why would people want to spend them?
Well, there's two kinds. There's going to be the standard bucks, as we show in the display here. We have standard and we have collectible. But that's a good question. I mean, it's going to depend on, the standard bucks are going to be available for purchase with Ethereum. You can always get more of those. They may change. Some of the artwork will change, but there will be a collectible value. And so, that, but they're also, if you don't want to spend the ones that you currently have and you're collecting them, you can always purchase more, which is great for us, right? Hopefully that answers the question.
I think the point here is this, right? Is that when you have a collectible NFT buck, essentially that particular NFT buck will have a sustainable value with whatever that particular currency, collectible currency is. So let's say if it's the Thomas Edison one, which is $10, right? If it's that one, it's worth $10. Now maybe in the future, who knows, that could be worth that'll probably be worth $10 going forward because it's a standard. My apologies. But if you take the other one, let's say the Jimi Hendrix, that's $20. So that one's a collectible. So maybe that's $20 now, but maybe a year from now, that's worth a lot more than that. If you want to actually put it on OpenSea and you want to actually sell it, you can, or you can redeem that for $20 at any given point in time. The point is, up until this point in time, NFTs don't have any real value. This is the first time that we've created something where NFTs actually have a value that is backed by something. And that is what the point we have to drive home is.
Yeah, exactly. Now, every time a NFT buck is minted, the smart contract pulls NRGYGO, puts it into a smart contract along with a 70% USDC. And that's and then the proceeds are deposited in both the liquidity pool as well as into basically a storage contract. And then in addition, there's a 50% supply of the NRGYGO total supply that's backing up the value of this also. So there's actually more than 100% coverage. And all the statistics on what the assets that are backing NFT bucks, how many are in circulation, all those assets are publicly viewable, real time, and the values are updated real time. So it's a completely transparent system. It's a lot better. It's going to be a lot better than, say, Tether, which reports are only less than 60% of its values in actually fiat. We don't use any fiat with NFT bucks. It's all crypto. We use price stabilization algorithms, which on a future call, I can go in and share with you how that exactly works. But the key thing is that it's actually stable. The price is stabilized, and it's designed and to immediately deliver USDC on demand to anybody that wants to redeem them. Now, one of two things are going to happen when, as more and more of these things get minted, it's going to drive, obviously, the market value of NRGYWIRE will increase. And then as people mint them and use them to purchase iNFTs, this will create demand for energy, and energy will increase as well. I'm going to explain to you how those economics work here in a second. The SEC view of NFT bucks is obviously we have a good legal team. It consists of our intellectual property team and also our transactional attorney. These are NFTs. When you receive either an iNFT or an NFT bucks, first of all, NFT bucks clearly are not securities. iNFTs, we've taken great design and to make sure that it complies with all regulation that exists today. Future regulation can always play a role in changes. There is always regulatory risk in any cryptocurrency. Obviously, we've all seen that in the overall market recently. The government's looking at different ways of regulating it, but the key is to be innovative and comply with all, both domestic and international regulations, right? So the next thing I'm going to share with you is, we have any more questions on anything else that we have here? Okay. So part of the challenge recently we've had with some of the ideas for doing iNFTs is we've looked at it, and our legal team has looked at it and realized that there's some cases where there's no intellectual property or royalty that's going to make it very difficult, if not impossible, for us to do any kind of iNFT for those particular opportunities. So it's going to be limited to intellectual property, specifically focused on the entertainment industry. There's actually a long track record of companies in the royalty space. There's specific exemptions for royalties in the Securities Acts. And so we're going to align this product with the current industry practices and current regulations. So I'm going to switch now to iNFT. All right, iNFT are tokenized royalty smart contracts. Unlike traditional NFTs, iNFTs are linked to royalty contracts. Our iNFT algorithm effectively creates individual contracts with people that want to have royalty contracts on specific royalty assets. And so one of the things that we are focused on is producing income, but there's going to be a huge innovation with iNFT, and all of us that are in the current market making staking pool will understand this innovation. And that is, right now, for example, if your staking account your staking balance that you have is linked to a specific wallet address, correct? So you can't move that staking the coins that you stake to another wallet. With an upgrade coming for not only iNFT but also our regular staking contract, and that will be coming in November, you'll receive a token, an NFT token, that lets you sell that, transact that, and transfer that to any wallet that you choose or to transfer to another person. So this will create a new way for you to have more control and more flexibility over your assets. And so we're going to be tokenizing not only the NFT, but each NFT will have each person has their own contract token. That contract token can be put up for auction on OpenSea. It can be sold, it can be kept, you can move it, you can transfer it to somebody else. You can stick it in a different wallet anytime you wish. I hope that's clear. And obviously there's huge markets for royalty iNFTs. We've discussed this before. Videos, podcasts, digital education, inventions is huge. The royalty, IP market is enormous. There's lots of valuable assets out there. People with assets can come to STARSTAKE. They'll be able to independently set their terms, list their royalty agreements, and people that have an interest in purchasing those can come onto the platform and buy those. And they will be tokenized. They'll receive our system of iNFT assets, which have so much utility, so many ways to transfer value, and it's going to be a great innovation all the way around. It's good, and this just kind of reiterates that. So this is the STARSTAKE. This is once you've purchased, you've connected your wallet. This is the setup for STARSTAKE. There's a beautiful website. I think we can show that here, possibly. I don't know. Once again, we take a royalty contract, the intellectual property, we combine it, and we put it into the iNFT algorithm, and people that want to purchase it, they can make their own contract with the algorithm for whatever asset they are interested in and owning the royalties from those assets. And it has the network effect that we've discussed, where people can, when you refer someone to the network, you can earn a fee off of any iNFT that they purchase. It also has the fan royalties and the things that come in for that network effect to help spread the word and increase the number of people that are going to be able to use iNFTs and be able to purchase. It's great concept, powerful, exciting, and we're about ready to see it in action. All of us have been building away, and initially in May-June period, we kind of announced STARSTAKE, but the key people in the team, all of us agreed that we needed to continue to work on the development, make sure that everything from the UI design to the way that it works was just taking in, and also getting a lot of input from people in the industry to tell us what were the features, how did they want it to work, right? Rather than us building something and saying, oh, this is great. It's much better to get out there and see what people in the industry have to say and what they want. And so everything we've done here is to deliver that technology that will allow that to happen. So here, the profile page, this is actually Chris's, and she's one of the top singers in Asia. She'll be one of the very first of music iNFTs. So this will be each NFT will have a profile page. People will be able to learn about the singer, the asset. There'll be detailed information about the asset that they can look at, make their decision to stake. When they go to stake, they'll be using, they'll have to purchase NFT bucks, right, which is here. They'll go through, they'll purchase those. It's the only payment method accepted to buy on STARSTAKE, right? They'll total up the ones they go to their wallet. They'll total up for the checkout, right? And they don't have enough, they can go in and purchase more, which is awesome. They'll just add ETH, buy more NFT bucks, right? We've done everything in the design. You'll see to eliminate the friction points, to make it easy for people to purchase, and make it for people easy for them to buy NFTs. Now, once they have the N bucks, they add them to the checkout, they submit them, and it goes to staking, which is a beautiful thing. Now, when it goes to staking, what happens is those NFT bucks are redeemed and they're swapped for energy. Okay, so they buy in with NFT bucks, and when they come to make their purchase, those NFT bucks come into the system, and the underlying crypto is swapped for energy. And that's going to create great demand for the energy token. Then the payments for the iNFT are all made with energy, and so people then can receive their money in energy for the and I can go back up here for a moment to our diagram here, right? People get payments are made with energy token, and so that's going to create a lot of demand and a shortage of supply. Hopefully, if we get some big deals, if we get good volume of purchases for NFTs, we won't have to worry about promoting the energy token as most other cryptocurrencies have to do. Instead, the actual demand for use by the economy and by the INFT will create, in theory, tremendous demand. It will likely squeeze the supply, and it will cause an increase in market value. So people that purchase INFTs, not only do they get the upside of what they're purchasing, their individual stake in different royalty contracts, they also will get the possible upside increased value of energy tokens, right? Which makes a lot of sense. So that is how the market economics work. So when people look to make a purchase, they have more than one way to make money. They can keep their energy in the INFT contracts and hypothetically receive royalty revenue while they're holding the energy token. That's going to give them still two ways to make money, in theory. They do have market risk. The price of energy can go down, right? But it also could go way up. And the more of these NFT contracts that are generating a royalty income that are out there, the less available supply, and that should lead to a higher market valuation for the energy token, possibly dramatically so if demand for different music, different intellectual property is high. Correct? Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Will STARSTAKE platform be able to cope with the massive scaling? Very, very good question. And yes, that's one of the reasons that this has taken a great deal of effort to put out. We're using scaling solutions so that the product is scalable, it's decentralized, and it should be infinitely scalable. So part of the architecture and design, of course, is designed to make certain that as demand grows, it's going to work. Though that is a risk factor. Anytime you bring out new technologies, I mean, we've seen it just recently with Solana, right? They have this smart contract technology, and everybody was very hot on that. And next thing you know, their whole network breaks down. So there is always risk in everything in cryptocurrency. There's multiple risks, right? There's regulatory risk, there's technology risk, okay? However, the reason people are in this space is there's also, I don't think in our lifetime, has there been or will there continue to be a greater opportunity for increase in wealth than occurs in this space, right? So it's going to be, we have made every design implementation to make sure, yes, STARSTAKE will be scalable and will continue to do well into the future with plenty of upside and plenty of. I mean, one of the biggest challenges to scaling isn't the technology. Is we want to make it so people can onboard launch their iNFTs, purchase NFT bucks, right? And so part of our planning right now is to make sure that we have the support, the help, those types of services available for people to make sure that they can do this in a way that where they have great success in using the product. I'm going to continue here. I know let's see what time, we're kind of moving along. I'm going to try to go a little bit quicker so that we can move forward. Hopefully all you guys are finding this informative, exciting, and interesting, right? That's the goal. So moving forward, the NFT contract access token. Okay, this is the exciting innovation that we have. So you're going to get, when you stake an NFT, you're going to get a contract NFT access token for your contract. It's an individual contract. It's specific to you. You are able to determine the terms. You're able to add money to it. You're able to pull funds from it. You're able to make these economic decisions. Your funds are not pooled with any other person. You have 100% complete control over your money at all times. You can take this asset, you can put it on an auction platform, you can liquidate it, you have choices, and you have the ultimate control over your funds at all times. And this has been a great innovation. Now this access token that you receive, and I don't have the actual beautiful dashboard, I'm just using this first one that we put up, about 2 months ago, but it'll show your, what percent your contract, percentage of the royalty your contract is for. It will show you what your balance is in US dollar value. It will show you all these things, and you can transfer that value to anybody you wish, anytime you wish. Okay, and so it's going to offer just tremendous upside for all of us, right? So having this access token is a key innovation. Soon, your actual energy staking contract will also be upgraded to give you an access token. This is what I was referring to earlier. And what that's going to do is, so rather than having it locked into a specific wallet, if you want to change it, move it to a different wallet, if you want to sell your stake in energy to somebody else without having to withdraw the funds, you'll be able to do that. And so having that asset that's tradable, that's another huge innovation that is coming our way. And everyone's going to be able to benefit. So that's just a general overview about what's coming. I haven't been coming on the calls as much. I've really been trying to focus on delivery instead of telling you what's coming. We want to deliver and then tell you about it. But I think it's important, especially during a time where the market is under pressure. People are wondering, what's the value of what I own? I don't think the market is valuing our asset very well or very correctly. And partly it's because we haven't done as good of a job of explaining it to people. And also the fact that the cryptocurrency industry is tightly controlled by small groups of people who, once you break into those influential groups, your valuation goes up tremendously. I can tell you that we're actually people have taken notice of what we're doing. I can't tell you for sure if that's going to happen in a week, a month, or ever, but I can tell you people are taking notice. Smart people that are in the leading groups and influential people in the cryptocurrency industry, they've seen this innovation, they've seen the interface, and their eyes, the excitement level is as high as, they're like, well, we're looking to bring on 1, maybe 2 projects to this group. And we're talking about groups, the industry leaders. I'm not going to name drop names, but industry leaders. They're taking a close look at our technology, and I'm sure they're going to come to the conclusion that this is where they need to be. Now, of course, they want to own everything and dominate everything. The first question they ask is, well, how much can we buy it for? And of course, we're a decentralized platform, so if they want to buy it, they've got to make an investment in an energy. I mean, there is no purchasing or centralized control, right? But I can tell you that we have good prospects going forward for greater recognition. Our energy, I want to encourage all of you, if you can take some time and go on blogs, Medium, different blogs, and take some time and write about energy, write about what we're doing, write about things. That would be very helpful for us, okay? Our Facebook group, our Facebook page, the new one for energy, has just shy now of like 3,000 followers. I think we're at 2,700 or 2,800 followers. So the new NRGYWIRE videos we're putting out, all of your efforts, we're seeing a dramatic growth in social media. We're putting out information, not just about energy, but about the cryptocurrency market in general, to attract people in the crypto industry to learn about, to brand ourselves and to get our name recognition. So that is an ongoing effort that's occurring, and we're already seeing good results from that. Now, we do have some short-term challenges, and I'll tell you what one of those challenges are. Highly fluctuating gas prices, right? What happens, and as I was doing some testing the other day, sometimes you can go and try to buy energy, and this has nothing to, when you go and purchase energy off of the, say, the community builder site or through our website, that goes directly to Uniswap. That doesn't have anything to do with us. That's not our staking contract. That has nothing to do with any of our contracts. But yet, in an instant, the price of gas can fluctuate to an extreme. And then the next instant, it comes back down. And what that leads to is a lot of failed transactions. And I know there's been some frustration out there as people have been trying to buy energy, and there's been failed transactions. We are going to, but we can't, there are some solutions to this problem. And I can promise you, we know what needs to be done, but we have to, focus our development efforts on delivering our products first before we can work on solving some of these important, troubling, and obviously, and it's affecting, these gas prices are affecting the ability, new money coming into our market. Okay. It's been a real challenge for the last, month in particular. The other problem that we're facing is front-running bots in our marketplace. That is also causing, though we have put protections in to make sure that when people go to buy energy through our website, though we can't protect them on Uniswap, that if a front-running bot comes in and tries to boost the price and then immediately sell on the same block, and we've had good people lose by 40,000 worth of energy and immediately have $10,000 taken by a bot out of the market, right? So we had to put, and this was months ago, and we've had to put protections in. But what that does is it makes it where sometimes there's failed transactions, and sometimes there's things like that. We also are researching some other issues with some outside. We've had thefts specifically through the Telegram group, and that's one of the reasons why we've closed that Telegram group down. Please, I will never reach out to you, nor will Peter, nor will anybody that comes on and pretend. We have people pretending to be us, asking you to download software, asking you to do different things. Never download any software program that someone comes to you and tells you to do. We've had a couple community members quite lose their contents of their wallet, and we've seen that dumped onto the market. Okay, and it's happened many times. So to prevent that from happening, we've moved everything over to Discord for help. Now, right now, our support and help is on the limited basis because all hands are on deck in delivering these new products. We've got to get NBucks, NFT Bucks, and iNFT and STARSTAKE launched. As soon as that launches, we are going to go ahead and try to get, and we will get all of these other infrastructure security issues. We will build things to protect our community and to make sure that this is a lot like the Wild West. Unfortunately, you got to be careful. Make sure you don't download any software. Use a VPN on your account, on your wallets. Okay, make sure you keep a VPN. If you don't have a VPN, download one. It's well worth it. Make sure that the computer that you have your wallet on, that you know, what you need to do is keep it turned off, the wireless turned off, and only use it when you're online. And just and make sure that it's not always up and running when you're surfing different websites. So just be careful. Make sure that you protect your assets. The best thing to do is to just be careful and be prudent, and understand that nobody is going to ask you to download any software on your computer ever. Okay, I'm never going to ask you to do that. Peter's never going to ask you. Anybody that's in our support channel is not going to ask you to do that. So don't do that. Don't get fooled into doing that, because I think in some cases we've had people who maybe a period of time ago there was no Ethereum in their wallet, and then when they actually came to actually stake energy, it alerted these people and they were able to steal Ethereum out of their wallet as well. So we're looking at improving security and making sure that no one in our community gets ripped off. It's really important. It's very upsetting. So you never have to validate your wallet. That's very important, ever. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to look here just to see. Let's take a look and see what we got. The decision will be easy. Yeah, so it's good. We have great interest in the music industry. They're eagerly awaiting for us to move forward. We've got great interest among publishers of books and courses and e-learning. We've got great everyone that sees this is they're like, wow, this is you guys are really doing some great things. Now we just have to be doing it. The nice part where we're at right now is, as far as our project is concerned, we're not looking at, we have everything in place. We're not going to be, we'll come out with new dApps, some new things, but our major development is complete. I also want to encourage everybody to use GENIESIGNAL. If you're an energy holder, you can use it for free. All you have to do is connect your wallet to GENIESIGNAL. It's been updated. The interface has been updated. Although the stock market has been kind of up and down lately, long term, the stock market's been a pretty good place to be. It's a great service for those of you that have interest in the stock market. Obviously, the returns don't always commensurate with the crypto market, which is obviously has a higher return potential by far. However, it's a more conservative way to go, and GENIESIGNAL is out there. So, encourage people. We're still, that's also going to be on the iNFT platform. People will be able to purchase algorithms and ownership and use of algorithms. So we're still building up the track record of GENIESIGNAL right now. So if you want to be part of that beta test and use it, we welcome you to use it as well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I'm going to look at these chats. I'm going to open this up that's pretty much the presentation for today. I want to thank all of you for being part. When you're trying to do big things and you've got big ideas and big and you want to build and create big things, it takes something critically important, and that is you got to have the right people. Okay, to get the right people together, it does take time. You got to go through a lot of people. And we've had people that have come to our meetings and been there and they've disappeared, right? We've had people that bought in and left. But the one thing I really appreciate about you guys in this group, and is that you guys are here, and we have your support, and we have you helping us, and we have you guys engaged and talking to other people. So we have you. We also have a crack team of developers and blockchain people that are part of our community. A lot of people have doubted whether a decentralized process where there's no company behind it could actually work, but we're proving that we can deliver products and services, we can get stuff developed, and it doesn't necessarily take a centralized organization to do that. There are some challenges that we've learned along the way in terms of doing this, but it's been great. And so we have we have great designers, we have great branders and marketers, we got great people. I really believe the difference for us is we have the people today, right now, that are going to be able to execute on what we're doing, and that includes all of you here on this call. Of course, there may be some new people on the call, but we are going to be able to execute on the plan, on the development, on creating a global economy based on decentralized finance. This is an important endeavor, and I want to thank all of you guys for being part of it, for being here, for sharing. Blog about us, join our social media, talk to people about it, spread the word. If you got ideas, you have things you think can help, please, forward that information, bring that forward. We have a Discord now. Bring that information forward. Be careful out there in the crypto world. Though the government is right now trying to give people the impression that this new way of transacting, this new financial system cannot be trusted, right? That they have to be involved because you can't trust it can't be trusted. But let's look at the facts. They're called regulators for a reason, because they're trying to regulate change. But the change is going to occur because when there's a better, more efficient way of doing things, when you have the opportunity to create NFT bucks, when you have the opportunity to create the kind of DeFi financial system that NRGY is, these are great advancements. And there's no way to and more efficient. The dinosaurs will become extinct, and the new ways of doing business will prosper and will go forward. And I can see a future where NFT bucks are just the standard way for people to transact in cryptocurrency, and we'll be proud to say that we were the first to do it. We'll be proud to say that the DeFi financial system that we created was the first of its kind, and we'll be proud to say that we've created wealth and commerce on a global basis to people all over the world. And so that's it. What the PowerPoint presentation, I put this together. He's going to be making a new pretty one with the newest slides and snapshots of the product. This is not the newest one. I've been using this just to try to explain this to people who are either looking to partner with us or are looking to, mostly partners, strategic partners. When they see just this alone, we're very selective who we talk to, but I can tell you that everybody recognizes this is a big advancement. This is some really good technology, some really great vision. And now all of us together, working together, we're going to execute on this, and we're going to create prosperity as a result. Okay, let's see. We'll make sure we get better communications going. So if anybody else have any questions at all, it would be great. Anybody? I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on these Zoom channels. This is actually Dwayne's channel. He was just busy today. I don't have the showman expertise that he does. It's not quite the show or the experience, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Alan,
okay. I thought that was a really great presentation, and things are starting to come together. So I think this is really helpful for a lot of people. And if anybody has any questions, just unmute and go ahead and ask Alan.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, we have something about the dashboard not being fully functional. there's a good reason. What we decided to do, there's going to be I don't want to publicly let the cat out of the bag about what's about to happen, but there's going to be a major upgrade to the energy DeFi financial system. And it's because of the high gas costs of Ethereum network. And so if we spend a bunch of more time on the current dashboard, it's going to slow us down on STARSTAKE, on NFT bucks, and the major upgrade that's already being worked on. Once that upgrade is in place, it will come after the release of STARSTAKE and NFT bucks. Once that's done, you'll see the dashboard and everything else pop into shape like it's supposed to. So I appreciate your patience with that. Things are moving quickly. The environment's changing really quickly. It's changing on what the costs are, with the Ethereum network, the gas prices. It's changing on regulatory. Things are changing really, really fast. So we're making adjustments. We're changing quickly too. And I appreciate the understanding of that, and assure you that everything the dashboard will be up fully functional. But we're going to get STARSTAKE up first, and we're going to get iNFT. We have to deliver and execute on this. All hands on deck. Okay. Anybody else that has a question?
Hey, Ellen, Dirk here.
Hi,
No
Dirk.
question. I just want to say you did an awesome job, and it's great to hear it from a different perspective. Dwayne does his way, and you just shared it in a completely different way. I had a lot of aha moments, so I just wanted to thank you. You're awesome.
Oh, well, thank you, Dirk. I appreciate you. I want to definitely get back to me on that person that we've had a few new people in our community get scammed, and I'm trying to research that issue that you brought to my attention. I contacted you yesterday, and I want to get a Zoom call set up next week so that we can delve into it and figure out what happened with that particular person and see what we can do to help get them back on track. Okay?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Hold on. Great.
All right.
Thanks for that.
Anybody else have anything out there that is a question, insight? We learn a lot from everybody. So please feel free to speak up or say something if you want. A lot of times when I get done with this presentation, people don't have much to say, which is good because I've given this several times. It means I'm doing a good job of communicating a lot of complex concepts, showing things to people for the first time. It's great that it's working. People are grasping it, and and obviously it's great. It's going to be great. Looking forward to this month. October is going to be a special month for all of us. Well, the October 1st is our sprint date. When software development is done in sprints, right? And what they do is you set an aggressive date. We set this October 1st date. This way we get these guys working, 14-hour days and 7 days a week, and everyone's pushing. So yeah, we're always pushing. We're still pushing for October 1st, but I'm not going to tell you for sure that it's going to come out on October 1st because we just won't know until the testing is completed, right? Everything really depends on making sure that we can deploy error-free. If we have we don't want to take the risk of having any type of errors in the platform. So what we're going to be doing is carefully monitoring, testing, putting the pieces up. So I'm always very aggressive on this stuff. So yeah, we're still shooting for October 1st. As far as what it looks like on October 1st, if we can say yes, we're comfortable in opening on that day. I can't tell you until that day arrives, but we're being aggressive in our development. We're setting really, really aggressive goals because my experience has been, if you say, oh well, we'll do it the first of the year, well, when the first year comes, it's never ready, right? And a lot of software development teams, that's what happens. People So we're setting aggressive, goals, but we won't release it until it's right. Okay, I don't think anybody here would want that. Of course, I certainly wouldn't want it because if people have errors, then we have to work on support, and we have to get people in the community to support, and so it's just going to be. So yeah, we're there'll be by next week when we get on here, there'll be a lot more. We actually have our new website kind of live, but haven't really made it public yet. I'm talking about the STARSTAKE. It's not under the domain STARSTAKE, but it is up. So we're in the process of getting we have different people that are contributing. So we get the code from different contributors. We go through it. We snap it all together, test it, and then let's just keep our fingers crossed that it all works perfectly the first time. And then we can hit this really aggressive date, right? Is there any other question? Okay. All right. Well, I thank you all. Appreciate every one of you guys. I appreciate your time and your interest. And let's have a great week this week. And I'll look forward to showing you the product soon.